Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time once again. It's time for that podcast heard, well, around a few places, by tens of listeners. It's time for the Department of Understanding Humans, the podcast. That's right, the podcast, featuring your ringmasters for the day, that stupendous giggle-snorting gal, Friday herself, Rachel Wynn, and now her co-host actually has a name, that cranky clown you love to adore, Chris Meyer. And on with the show!
D.U.H, Department of Understanding Humans, yeah!
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, he's on duh. Duh.
Duh.
It's duh.
Duh. Duh, the podcast.
Duh.
On this rainy Sunday afternoon.
You guys are getting it too?
Oh, we've been getting it since this morning.
Duh, the podcast. Duh, the podcast. Duh, the podcast. And guess who is going to be submitted to the Atlanta Comic-Con for June?
Would that be us?
Yeah, that's us.
Sweet.
Yes, I'm working on that today.
Sweet.
So we'll see if they let us come in and play. But
that would be nice.
we are already submitted to Dragon Con. And I'm just waiting
because Dragon Con loves us.
Because Dragon Con rocks! And they do love us. They
love us.
They do love us. As a matter of fact,
they loved us.
They loved us so much. That's how I found out that I should, quote, you should apply for a panel at Atlanta Comic-Con. Literally, got a message this morning from the Dragon Con folk. And he was like, hey, have you submitted for Atlanta Comic-Con? And at first I thought he was talking about Dragon Con. I'm like, yeah, I did. Atlanta Comic-Con. He's like, you should. Oh. You should. I'm like, oh, I should, huh? I should. Well, I will. I shall. I will. I did. I will. I haven't done it yet, but I will.
There you go.
Because it's a bit of a form, and I have to sit down and pay attention to it. And I was getting ready to walk out the door when he IM'd me, and he was like, hey. And I'm like, oh. Yes. Ooh. Yes. Uh-huh. I agree.
You gotta look at the form and fill it out to make sure you get your shoes and your glasses.
Frank Rizzo.
My shoes and my glasses hurt. So anyway, here we are.
It's gonna be like that, is it? It's raining like crap here. It's like Noah's Ark over here.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at some statistics here in my little metropolitan city of Birmingham, Alabama. Our yearly average of rain is like 53 inches or something, so we're 20 more than Seattle.
Holy jeez.
So, yeah, we're getting ready to build the ark. The ground is now just pretty much just like a squishy sponge.
Yeah. So we just emptied the pool.
Right. Filled it back up, huh?
Yeah, it's almost full. We're going to have to empty it again. Yeah, no.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. So, yeah.
It's good. It's good.
It's good. How are you? How's your week?
It's been it's been a week. Nothing terrible, but just just kind of going, God Almighty, I'm ready to. I need probably about another 4 hours of sleep today, and I just can't get it. I'm not gonna worry about it, but I'll catch it up somehow.
Good sleep. Sleep is difficult to get. Like, I've gone to bed early. I don't know how many times this week just because I've been so exhausted, and then I'm like, oh God, and I still can't sleep. Like, I still don't get any sleep.
It's been Cole. Her new shift has been closing the store at midnight because she does the cash office and everything else. And
when you're counting the till and counting money in a store, especially a grocery store, it takes a bit of time.
Yeah, it does.
You want to make sure that till is correct, so you're not just going to rush through it,
Yeah. Yeah, because you want to do it right, and you want to do it accurately and securely.
Exactly.
And smartly. And otherlies. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's just, I don't know. But I will go to bed early and wake up feeling like I've been run over by a truck. And feel like I haven't gotten any sleep whatsoever. And I'm like, okay, I've got 8 hours of work to do, and I'm exhausted. Like, what's
you're just kind of going, what have I done?
Yeah, what's happening here? What's happening? Who laid? And then part of the speculation is because my dog won't let me lay properly on my bed.
Right.
Because she's like a little tick, and she gets up in there in my feet and doesn't want to move.
Been there, done that.
Yep. Apollo will not sleep with us. He'll get on the bed, hang out with us, and then okay, the lights are out. She's getting comfortable. I'm getting down. So he'll go flop on the floor, and yeah, it's good stuff. So.
Husky stuff.
I liked your picture of Farkas standing there kind of like going, hey.
That was at 6:15 this morning after he got me up.
Paying attention to me.
That was at exactly 6:15. And I think my dog now understands that daylight savings time is coming.
Oh.
So that's why he's up so damn early. That and the birds. Once it's 6 o'clock in the morning here, the birds just start going crazy.
Yeah, same here.
And so then he's up. So he signifies, hey, birds are up. I need to be up.
Birds are up. I need to be up. Our dogs are on such a schedule that there's no sleeping in, ever.
No.
We are up at 5 a.m. every single day.
Yeah, I feel that pain.
No matter what time we go to bed, no matter what time we go to bed, no matter if they went to the bathroom before we went to bed.
Right.
They're
going to be up. We've tried that. We've tried waiting till, 0 hour to take him to the bathroom so that he's done, but nope. He's going to be up 6 a.m. Here are the hours. Between 4, 5, and 6, he's going to be up. Now, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'd take his ass right back to the cage and go, no. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Yep. Nope. So other than the weather and our animals, let's see. We've got CNN reporting that Rand Paul's vote likely gives Senate enough to oppose national emergency declaration. Not even bother. That was 40 minutes ago on CNN. That's just the headline. I'm not going to bother reading it because it'll be different tomorrow.
It'll be changed a few times.
Yeah.
But that's, hey. I think that's what needs to kind of happen. It's sort of a good news that our government can work in that way of going, no, you can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The problem is before, we've had presidents declare national states of emergency when they shouldn't have.
Right.
But we won't get into that.
Right.
And nobody stopped them. Yep. But this one, yeah, we kind of had to stop taking. Don't take the money to build a wall. We'll find another way. Okay.
Yeah, there are other ways to do it. He's gonna have to. I agree that we need to look at another way on how to do this. Apparently, the Kim Jong-un thing. There's not a whole lot of news on it, so I'm assuming no news is good news. I don't know. So I'm kind of glancing over some of the news here, and really and truly, there's not a whole lot going on. Stocks, bonds, things like that. That's not our niche. That's not what we do. We're
right.
going to talk about that. We've had several people die.
Mona.
I know. No.
Mona from Who's the Boss and Jessica from Soap. She's gone. Catherine Redmond.
Yeah, and loved her. She was great.
And also the voice of Bessie. I think it was Bessie was the character in Cars.
She
was the
really?
old crazy. She was the old crazy car lady in Cars. That nobody believed that she was like the town founder's main squeeze.
Really? Is that right? Was she really?
That is correct.
And we had Peter Tork from the Monkees. So sad.
Tork.
Yeah, Peter Tork.
You gotta love the Monkees. I think
I love the Monkees.
There's only like what 2 left of the Monkees.
There's only 2 left. Because Davy Jones passed a couple years ago. Peter Tork
Peter Tork. Yeah. And what's Mike Nesmith? So it's Nesmith and Dolenz that are the only ones left of the Monkees.
Mm-hmm. Nathaniel Taylor from Sanford and Son. He also died.
Lamont?
Is that right?
No.
Yeah. Yes. Lamont. No, wait. His role as Lamont's friend Rollo.
Oh, Rollo. Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Sanford and Son. Yeah.
Fred always thought he was a drug dealer.
Yeah.
You big dummy.
Former President Nixon. His brother died. Edward Nixon.
Oh. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He died. So there's several notable deaths recently. And you can go Clark Gable's grandson, I think it was Clark Gable the third. He's the grandson. He died. But I'm still kind of hung up on the whole Peter Tork thing because I loved the Monkees and he was like my favorite character. Of course, everybody had a crush on Davy Jones, but I liked Peter because Peter was lovable and sarcastic. Yes. And Karl Lagerfeld. He died.
That's right, fashion icon Karl. How could you forget Karl Lagerfeld?
Karl Lagerfeld.
Many women dressed in Karl Lagerfeld's nines.
Yeah. The First Lady of Jazz, Ethel Ennis.
Gone.
Yep. There's so many that have passed recently. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, moving on. Weather, deaths, taxes, what else are we talking about today? I haven't seen anything specific on anything very noteworthy.
Well, the only noteworthy thing I have in my world is we found out who the winner of The Masked Singer was. I know it's not that important, but we found out who actually could sing without auto-tune, and his name is T-Pain.
What?
T-Pain was the big winner of The Masked Singer. And if you remember who T-Pain was a musical artist who got his rise to fame because he used auto-tune a lot. And he made all that other kind of stuff. And so the whole premise of The Masked Singer is a show from Korea that is now hitting the States. And so they got a lot of celebrities and a lot of professional singers and a lot of celebrities. Your 3 last people were actually professional singers. The 3 last were Gladys Knight, Donny Osmond, who I thought Donny was going to win the whole thing because just his showmanship. But T-Pain surprised everybody with his voice because nobody recognized it.
Oh, my.
Nobody figured out who he was. And he sang, and why he was using auto-tune this whole entire time for his career. And using that machine, the vocal thing.
The wavering.
The wavering thing to change his voice. I want to look at the music industry and go, you know what? You robbed a guy of this career. Because he went from rock to pop to ballads to soul, everything. He sang a whole array and was great. So anyway, if you watch this, if you want to watch the replays of the shows. There's people that are in there singing that'll surprise you.
Now, what's the name of the show?
The Masked Singer. And what they do is they put masked like in costume. They put
Right.
people in these big, elaborate costumes, so you cannot tell who it is underneath the mask.
Very interesting. I have never heard of this show.
Ryan Reynolds was on it on the Korean version of the show.
Oh, was he really?
And nobody figured out it was Ryan Reynolds.
Did he sing like Deadpool?
He did. He did the Deadpool song, and he came out in a Pikachu costume, singing "The Sun Will Come Out." Like Tomorrow, he was singing "Tomorrow" from Annie.
Oh my God! Seriously?
I'm lying. I'm dying.
That's so funny. The sun'll come out tomorrow.
I mean, and people were guessing. What kind of amused me, the judges, the Donny Osmond clues were obvious because you like Rachel and I grew up in that era where he was popular and famous.
Yes, he was popular.
But people were missing who it was. You know, they didn't recognize photos of stuff he was doing, that he was giving clues during the whole series of the show.
Oh my God. Okay, so I just pulled this up. So this is on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
And the photos are unfreaking believable.
Of the mask of them in costume?
Like a unicorn in a gown.
Right, that was Tori Spelling.
A pink poodle looking.
That was comedian Margaret Cho.
Oh my God. A golden lion.
Now the Golden Lion surprised everybody because that was Rumor Willis. That's the daughter of Bruce and Demi Moore.
Shut the hell up. I bet. How did she sound?
She was really good. She was very good. She's on Broadway, apparently. She's doing Chicago on Broadway, yeah.
Shut up. That's a big deal. Chicago's a big deal. Chicago's good. I love that whole show. The movie and the show are amazing. Okay, so...
You, of course, had Joey Fatone as the rabbit.
Oh, my God. A Pineapple Man?
That was Tommy Chong. And I had Tommy Chong on the first guess.
Oh, my God. This is so funny. I'm looking at these shots. Was this the first episode?
No, this was the last episode that came on this past week. The thing's been going on since January.
I have never heard of this before. Where the hell have I been? Well, then again, I don't really watch mainstream TV, and I don't pay attention.
Right, you guys only do Netflix and Hulu, don't you?
Yeah, we do Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime, which I am so excited. I got because, okay, so you know my surgery thing.
Right.
Well, we had a little thing happen Friday night into Saturday. Nothing bad.
Uh-oh.
Nothing, just but enough that I needed to stay off my butt.
Gotcha.
All day yesterday. So I laid on the couch and binge watched Expanse. The Expanse. Because they moved it from Sci-Fi over to Amazon Prime. Amazon picked it up when Sci-Fi decided they were going to cancel it due to an overwhelming fan base saying, save The Expanse. Right? Oh my God. I watched the whole season 3, all of season 3, and it's like 15 episodes. Watched it from like 11 o'clock in the morning until like 8 o'clock at night. Just back to back to back. Binge watching. I haven't done a binge watch in a long time, but I'll tell you what, my neck and back hurt so bad from laying there. Being lazy is hard work. But it was an amazing show, so I can't wait for season 4 to come out. I have no idea when it's coming out. As a matter of fact, let's see, season 4 of The Expanse. Dun, 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 dun.
Clickety click click click.
Expanse. When is it coming out? Amazon sets to launch date. Oh, yeah. Where? When? Load faster, you bastard! Load faster! 2019. We're in 2019. Okay. Season 3 will be available for Prime members on February 8th. Okay. And, May! Nope. Not May. Damn it. It doesn't say.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah.
You gonna make it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's worth the wait. It's a really great series. And the funny thing is, the lead actor of the group, he looks a lot like Jon Snow. So it's, hey, let's talk about Game of Thrones. That's coming up.
Game of Thrones coming up.
That's May, right? Or April?
April.
And it's season 9?
It's the last season.
Is it 8?
Season 8. It's
Thrones,
it.
April,
It's done.
Episode 1 is April 14th, right before tax day. So everybody who doesn't already have their taxes in, you can die twice in 1 month.
And then they're going to be 1.5-hour shows.
So there's only going to be a handful of them.
Yeah, there's only going to be like 6 episodes.
I can't. Bing, 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 bing. I can't.
Peter Dinklage is the star of the show. He's Peter Dinklage. He's a little man who plays a Lord. Peter Dinklage.
What the fuck?
I can't take credit for that. There's somebody that has made they use the Game of Thrones tune. And it's like the little Tyrion toy or the little Tyrion figure.
Uh-huh.
And it's on a Lazy Susan revolving around as the song goes on and as somebody singing Peter Dinklage.
Oh my gosh. Oh, excuse me. I'm coming down off caffeine, and I kind of I overdosed on coffee today because I was like, I want to get stuff done. I had like no caffeine yesterday and had the headache from hell. And so today I'm just kind of like, okay, coffee. Which is stupid because it kind of like undid 3 days worth of detox.
Right.
So yeah. Peter Dinklage. Now I'm getting stuck in my head.
See, now you can't see anything else.
I can't unsee that. I can't unhear that.
You can't unhear it. It's an earworm in your head.
You know what else is an earworm?
Oh dear God, what?
Baby sharks do 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 do. Baby sharks do 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 do.
See, I can get rid of that easily though.
How? Peter
the
Dinklage,
baby shark
Peter
thing
Dinklage,
doesn't.
Peter Dinklage.
The baby shark thing doesn't hit me as hard as the. A baby shark doesn't hit me as hard as a Peter Dinklage. Now that Peter Dinklage is stuck in my head.
Peter Dinklage. You are all welcome. Because we have now put earworms in your head. You're gonna go to work after, because we're recording this on Sunday. I'll probably drop it on Monday. You're gonna go into your office, and just as things start getting really crappy on your Monday, you're gonna somewhere in the back of your mind hear Peter Dinklage.
I hate to do this. I gotta pause on you just for like 5 minutes, okay?
Go ahead.
Hang on.
We are pausing right here. Right.
To do something very fast.
Okay. I paused the record. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay.
Ding, 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 ding. And we're back.
There we are.
Back. But ironically, I kind of like don't have anything.
Yeah, I don't have anything really earth-shattering or, it's kind of it's kind of a slow week.
It has been a slow week. There's not a whole lot of fodder. Farter.
Not a whole lot of guffaws. I mean, I think maybe our wonderful friend and person AOC has decided to lay quiet a little bit.
Well, no, there's still some AOC traffic. One of the somebody from Greenpeace went after her over the Green New Deal. Like went after her, like attacked her.
Wow. Yeah,
calling her a hypocrite. Because she had a tweet about, I fly and I use AC, but, in the world that we're in now, if we could just do a few things. And so somebody from Greenpeace was like, you could take an Amtrak instead of flying. You could take a subway instead of a taxi. You could open your window instead of using the AC. You're just another garden variety hypocrite, just like everyone else. All the other ones, you are not an expert in anything that you're talking about. You know, so I'm just like, oh, somebody's gonna get it.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's fun. It's good stuff. It's, you know, she's just constant fodder. So, I mean, we could always dip into the AOC barrel. Here,
But I mean, you know, are we really a one-trick pony with the AOC barrel? I think we can kind of give her a pass.
So do better. Yeah, we can give her a pass.
Well, let's give her a pass this week. Nah, screw that.
Because we're horrible conservatives.
No, I just don't like moronic people. And it's not because I'm a conservative.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result.
Right, exactly.
Democrats are insane. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, hey, okay, I think the current party is kind of insane. I don't think all Dems are insane.
No.
I don't. I understand. Listen, both parties have some insane people.
Both parties have issues. Both parties have shoes. Yes, I concur. I definitely think that everybody in any group, right? Any group of people, any one group of people, whether it be Republicans or Democrats or libertarians or independents or what have you, there's always a handful of cuckoos.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just the way it is. But yeah, no, I mean, there are some Democrats out there that I know and love very deeply, and I know they're not insane. They've got their views, and they've got their reasons for their views, and I politely disagree with certain things, but that's what makes conversations fun. So, yeah.
That's what makes debate in our country the best.
Debate,
you know?
the best.
Debate and intelligent thought and discussion are what's going to solve a lot of things in the world.
If people would just let that happen. But they get too emotional, they get freaked out, and they think that yelling at each other and insulting each other is the answer, and that's just not the way it goes.
It's not how it happens.
No, can't we all just get along?
No.
No. That was just
no.
Be honest, Chris. Don't hold back. No.
No. I don't know what the actor's name is. Okay, and I'm sorry, I'm totally making a total jump here. But they've been replaying the second Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. And you know him, you know the face. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in V for Vendetta. He was the talk show host in that was Natalie Portman's gay friend. Oh,
that guy, yeah.
That guy, you know who I'm talking about. And he plays Mycroft Holmes, Sherlock's brother. And there's a scene where Watson goes up, Mycroft, how are you? He sticks his hand out and he goes, no. And he just looks away. As if to go, no, I am not touching your hand. We don't do that. Thank you.
We don't do that.
And I've started when I say no to certain things, like, no. Anyway,
have you seen the Benedict Cumberbatch version?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's one of my favorite TV shows.
It really is. I can rewatch that over and over again, and I really like the guy because the guy who produces that version,
Stephen Moffat.
He is
Doctor Who.
No.
Stephen Moffat? Yeah, he's the showrunner. He was the showrunner for Doctor Who.
No. He plays one of the writers, co-writers, producers is Mycroft.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Let's see, Sherlock Holmes. Oh, hey, is there going to be a season 5? They are working on that, aren't they? Mark Gatiss.
Okay.
He plays Mycroft, and he also is part of the writing team on it. Yes. Yeah, they may bring it back for a season 5. It's been teased.
Yeah.
Cumberbatch is becoming like a huge star and stuff, though, so I don't know if they're going to be able to get him anymore.
Yeah, so is, Martin, God, what's his name? Martin Freeman?
Yeah, love him.
Yeah, I think Marvel has them kind of wrapped up right now.
You think with all the...
I think with all the superhero movies. Oh, I don't know if this is a truth or a rumor, but somebody said Disney is looking, and if Disney does this, they're either trying to buy something else to save their capital, or it's a dumb move. As a fanboy move, I'm going to say it's a dumb move. As a business sense, I can kind of see why they're doing it. They're looking to go ahead and just cancel Marvel Comics completely and only use it for TV and movies. No longer will we have Marvel Comics as a printed press media sold in stores.
I think that'd be a bad move.
I think it would be a bad move. It would disrupt a lot of fans. From a business standpoint, let's face it, how many kids are reading books these days, or even comic books?
I get it from a business standpoint.
Okay,
but honestly,
I do.
Here's what I this is my prediction for the next 5 years. I'm going to go 5 years. Because when you do goal setting, you do like 3, 5, 7, 9 kind of a thing. Because it takes about a year to ramp up. It takes 2 years to make it happen. And on the third year, it's finally in, right? So we'll go 3 to 5 years. So we're going to go 5 because that's a good number. I honestly think that something's going to happen within the next 5 years that we are going to have a total blackout and everything's going to go back to no technology, no computers, no lights, no nothing. And people are going to need books and comic books. And it's going to be, we're going to go back to, and I don't think it's going to be an AOC Green Deal thing. I think something's going to happen that for a long period of time, we're going to be blacked out.
Could happen.
It could happen tomorrow. Forget 5 years from now. It might happen in the next 5 minutes, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The lights go out. I don't know. But so I think one of the things that they're going to find that if they do that, now, you and I have talked about this several times for several different mediums, that the fan base, nerd central fan base, whether it be games, movies, universes, whatever, when you upset the fan base, it's going to mess with your bottom line. It's just going to. Like with the whole, World of Warcraft people and all of their crap. You're messing with the fan base, you're going to lose a lot. And exactly. I'm not saying sell out and just continue to cater to your people, but on some level, I just think it would be a bad move. I mean, I understand that on some level it may seem on paper cost efficient to get rid of the paperback actual comics, but if you've got artists in-house who are going to do that work, and if you've got people who are going to create those stories, and considering how Marvel was created and considering the legacy of Marvel, I can't see them crashing it like that. Maybe I'm over romanticizing it. I don't know.
No, I don't think you're over romanticizing it. I think, okay, let's face it. We can't go back to the way it was. And everybody has a simpler, they think every time period is better than the rest.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, for instance, my parents think the 50s were just a great era.
I think they were.
True.
Right.
Look, if you look at everything, it was a great era. But, let's also face the fact that the 50s had segregation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The 50s didn't have a lot of the modern technology it had.
Mm-hmm.
There was still a lot of male chauvinism going in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But it also was a simpler, more innocent time with kids. Kids weren't exposed to the things they were. There was imagination. There was fantasy. There was things being put to light. Disney was starting to catch a stride, and science fiction was really getting its height.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We as adults, we romanticize the 80s.
Yeah, we do.
We thought the 80s was great, and the 80s was great. 80s was everything. But yet, you know what? There were people living in poverty, and there was AIDS. AIDS is still there, but there was war, there's AIDS, there's still war now. There's still everything. But we also were sheltered a little bit more from the, I want to say, the demons of the world with technology. Now, I'm not against all technology.
Right, but there is something to be said about how much broader the horizon is viewable with technology.
I mean, kids are exposed to so much now.
So much.
I mean...
Now, the 80s were so good that they've stuck around and they keep coming back. So I will say that there are things about the 80s that keep coming back. And the 2000s are kind of cool. Yeah. But you hit the internet age when... when you got past the I'm a geek and I'm in a chat room that's all text based and you have to take your phone off the hook and stick it on the modem thing, because those were around for a while before the World Wide Web became a thing. Thank you, Al Gore. But, I think that, and I say that tongue in cheek, for those of you who are listening to this that don't know the truth, Al Gore did not invent the internet.
No, he did not. He likes to think he does. He likes to think a lot of things,
Right.
But,
I get what you're saying. Once the World Wide Web became a www, we lost a lot of innocence.
Yeah. Kids are okay. And I read a real frightening statistic because I have a lot of friends that are, have young children, and the boys with noise.
Yes.
I like knowing what they're looking at and what they're doing. A frightening statistic to me is that children are exposed to more adult-themed entertainment, let's say, by the age of 7 than ever before.
Oh, it's so disgusting. So scary. So scary.
And I see the thing on YouTube about the Momo. I don't know what the hell Momo is, or whatever that thing is.
Okay, so I was watching Philly D, Philip DeFranco.
Okay.
And he did a thing on. So there's two things that are going on YouTube right now that are a big deal. One is the child pornography type stuff. And that's kind of what you were alluding to before, of children having access to adult images and adult themes easily, but more so also like people who are innocently posting, like they have their own family channel and it's their daughter doing gymnastics, but then in the comments there are pervs getting in there saying stuff.
Right, they're taking something very innocent,
right? And so there's that's being dealt with. YouTube is jumping all over it. They're all over it. And then the other thing is the Momo challenge, which the Momo challenge is they're trying to. One of the things that Philip DeFranco was saying was that they're trying to figure out how much of it is urban legend and how much of it is an actual thing.
Right, exactly.
And what they're saying is you're supposed to text this number, and it tells you to do certain things, and you take pictures of the challenges as you do them, and then supposedly it's getting into levels of self-harm and even suicide, and it's really quite gross what they're saying, and then they're associating it with I know you've seen that photo that's supposed to be Momo, and they've actually been doing Momo and AOC memes with it, but that is actually a sculpture that was created by someone in another country that has been cropped and being used as the face for the Momo challenge. But what the problem is now, they don't know like how many people are actually doing this, or if it's all just hype.
Yeah, if it's all,
and it's
urban, like you said, urban legend.
Yeah,
but still.
And they can't trace anything. They can't find. Authorities have not been able to find people who've actually done anything. There's just this constant rumor mill going on. Oh yeah, this kid in Greece is harmed by, so it's like fake news all over the place almost. Child in Greece harmed from Momo challenge. They try and research it and there's nothing coming up.
Right.
So but at the same time, someone out there, and this is the scariest part about it, somebody out there is going to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
somebody out there is going to try it. Don't try it. If you hear something on the internet, boys and girls, if you hear something on the internet that sounds like it's really stupid and not very good to do, don't do it. Like that whole, you remember, like, I don't know, maybe a year ago when they played that, it was like a 2 for flinching game if you raised a handgun to somebody.
Oh, I never heard about this.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like you point your gun at somebody and you go bang, bang. And if they flinch, you punch them. Well, somebody did it. Like, there was a handful of people that were doing it, and somebody actually got shot. Really don't point a gun at somebody, at all, unless you intend on using it and it's for self-defense. Seriously. You guys give the people fodder for gun control. Don't do that shit. And what's even funnier is with all of this like gun control stuff, and this goes back to my original statement of people who are responsible gun owners, we're not going to need this stuff because we're not going to get caught doing something stupid. Like, I'm not, as much as I think the red flag article is stupid and a violation of your constitutional rights to bear arms, I also think, well, I don't have to worry about my neighbor turning me in for a red flag for all of my guns to be taken and for me to be psychologically evaluated, because I'm not going to do anything to call attention to that. Like, I'm not going to be that stupid. So don't be that person. But yeah, you're right. I mean, and this goes back to what you were saying of, the boys, you want to know what they're doing. You want to know what they're into.
Yeah, I do. I like knowing what they're doing,
It's scary stuff.
They need their privacy and their space, but also, if I hear stuff going on the tablet, I'm like, what are you watching? What is this? What is this garbage? And some of it's just harmless stuff, but some of it is true. It's garbage to me,
What was the worst we had growing up? Jackass on MTV?
Yeah, Jackass. Well, okay. Here's what we had on TV, okay? Here's what we had that just sent parents into an outrage. Beavis and Butthead. Okay, yeah, Beavis and Butthead. Funny enough, Pee Wee Herman sent my parents into an outrage. Over this.
After a while, I think he sent everybody into an outrage.
Jackass was a little bit more into the 20s.
Yeah, it was kind of in the 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, still, look at the stuff. Even the Jackass guys go like, "Whoa, I wouldn't do that." But anyway.
Some of them have like, they look back on their Jackass time and they're like, "Dude, I was an idiot. I can't believe that didn't kill me."
Steve-O's the biggest proponent. He's like, "I'm surprised I didn't die over that."
Bam, bam. He'd go in and punch his dad every episode. I can't believe I even know this. We were watching on Netflix. There's a thing on Netflix called The 2000s. And it talks about television in the 2000s and things that were going on. And I started watching it last night while the husband was cooking dinner. And I'm laid up on the couch and I'm like, okay, I'm going to, I finished watching all of my Expanse and I'm like, hey, all right, yeah, why don't, and so I'm watching this and I started laughing. I'm like, oh my God, I know that show. And it talks about like the first Survivor episode. And I'm watching these people and I'm like, oh my God, I remember that.
Rudy the Navy SEAL. And yeah, I remember. I was a big Survivor
guy
watcher.
Who like was walking around naked. I remember all that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, good stuff. Good times. Good times.
Well, I don't have anything else. I think that's a podcast.
I'm pretty sure that's a podcast. Thanks for joining us here at the Department of Understanding Humans, also known as DUH. Just remember, this is our circus. These are our monkeys. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media outlets. You can find all of our podcasting streams and feeds at our website at www.duh.com. DUHwebsite.com. That's D-U-H website.com. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great day.